Tanis, I want you, first of all, to tell me what you do for a living.
What I do for a living? Well, most people would think it's kind of weird. They look at me and I'm a woman, but more women are coming into the coal mining trade, and I operate equipment, heavy equipment, at the Highvale mine just south of Wabamun.
Just describe exactly for somebody who's never been there. What do you do?
What do? We basically dig up the earth. We're digging up the earth to get down to the different layers of coal. And I work at a coal mine that is thermal coal, which goes into the power plants, and there's a bunch of power plants that is around Wabamun. And the plant that I work at is Sundance Keep Hills generating plant. And the coal goes into the plant, generates the heat, everything, and it goes out onto lines, and boom, you got your electricity.
Say something specific about the job you do, about what you do every day, personally.
Personally, what I do every day is trying to do my job as safe as I can, because it's actually it's very stressful when it comes down to the safety aspect, because I work on very big equipment that hauls, for instance, the truck that I run is a rock truck, and it's a 400-ton truck, and I'm hauling 4 tons of dirt because we're trying to get that dirt off to get down to the coal layers. And we actually I don't know if people are familiar with drag lines, but we go ahead of the drag lines, clearing off all the mud and all the excess so that they get down to the gray level, which is the part of the lime, and then it gets down to the coal levels.
And you belong to a union local. Tell
Yes.
me what the union local number is, and say a few words about the local, how large it is, what the membership mostly looks like, okay?
Okay. I'm United Steelworkers 1595, and our union hall is out of Wabamun, and our sites is Whitewood and Highvale Mine is the 1595, and you're looking at about 680 some members right now, and out of that membership is only, I can honestly say maybe there is 30 women, if that, 25 women. So I'm looking at that going, we can change that maybe down the road. I was a rehab practitioner, which is I worked with adults and children with disabilities.
Which facility?
And this was with the Good Samaritan Society in Edmonton. And they were non-union, very non-union. And it was quite the struggle throughout the years from, I would say, 1993 to when we first got our first contract, but we persevered. But that's the big story right there, is the Good Samaritan Society was so against union workers and what they stood for. And I'm like, well, how could you not? We're standing up for people's rights. So that was a really big going, wow, I'm working for a company that has that mental concept going, wow, you know. So yeah, through that, persevering to organize, you know, the company was saying that I was signing people on their territory and everything else, and they had the threats of jail and everything else. And we were actually held we all got brought down to the Labor Relations Board downtown Edmonton. And basically we were jailed in the Labor Relations Board in that building. We weren't allowed to go anywhere. We weren't allowed to see our members. We weren't allowed to anything. And the threats of being thrown in jail for 2 days because of organizing. Yeah, it was quite something. And that company, when we started, we actually did organize. We persevered, we organized, we got them unionized. It was awesome, and it was an awesome day for all of us. We're very proud of everybody, not just ourselves. We were proud of our whole membership. And then the bargaining process started, getting our first contract. And it ended up going into court and everything else because of the cover page of our contract. That's it, a cover page, because they didn't want to have all the group homes, all the activities and everything under one. You know, they didn't want that strength of bargaining that we were really going for. And we persevered to some degree. We had 2 units that were out of our bargaining unit, but then again, through perseverance and through the previous history of unions and letting them know what the union has fought for, like all unions have fought for years and years, because we did bring that forward and brought them the past history of unions and what they stand for to our memberships. It helped us in that process.